It's 2185 and Commander Shepard has blown up the Batarian mass relay on the Bahat system, which has led to the death of over 300,000 Batarians. Although she did it to delay the Reaper invasion of the Milky Way galaxy, this action intensified the openly hostile relationship between the Alliance base and the Batarian hegemony to the point where it could reach total war. And immediately upon arriving at Alliance base, Shepard is arrested and taken to Earth, where she awaits her trial by the Alliance government for mass murder till 2186. And while all that's going on, it happens. The Reaper harvest of this cycle begins. The Batarian hegemony is the first to fall to Reaper forces, and most of the Batarians living in that space are either dead, indoctrinated, or have fled the space as refugees, while the Reapers start moving into Alliance space. And when word reaches Alliance Parliament, they summon Shepard, dreaming she'll have a solution ready for them on how to deal with the Reaper threat after ignoring her warnings for the last 3 years. But alas, in that exact time of the meeting, the Reapers have begun their invasion of Earth, and with their overwhelming firepower and size, they cut through Earth's defenses so easily that it looks like a war of ants against humans. Anderson and Shepard, however, make it to the Normandy almost unharmed, and Anderson insists that he stays to organize a resistance against the Reapers on Earth, and orders Shepard to go to the Citadel to rally Galactic support against the Reaper threat. So Shepard leaves, and Anderson stays. And while Shepard's on his way to the Citadel, Admiral Hackett, the commander of the 5th Fleet, orders Shepard to go to the moon to save all possible data from the Protean archives, and also rescue the Shadow Broker, Dr. Liara Tassoni. And when Shepard arrives at the moon, Cerberus is already present there for the same thing Shepard is, the Protean archives. And while Shepard wants to destroy the Reapers, the Elusive Man wants to control them, to become the king of the galaxy, of course. And it's going to be a conflict of interest from here till the end of the game, and this time Shepard comes out on top on taking the data. And luckily Liara has found out about an old Protean weapon called the Crucible that is capable of defeating the Reapers, according to the archives. After sending the data of the Crucible to Admiral Hackett, Shepard makes his way to the Citadel. Meanwhile, in Alliance space, the Alliance government and the chain of command has been decapitated because of the deaths of most of the high-ranking politicians and military personnel due to the Reapers targeting major military and political centers first in their invasion. And in the aftermath, Admiral Hackett and Councillor Udina have become the most highest-ranking people alive in the Alliance government. Upon reaching the Citadel, Shepard has a meeting with the Council, and there she asks for everything they can spare to help Earth and tries to make them understand that they need a unified galactic effort to fight the Reapers, or there is no chance at defeating them. But the Councilors refuse to help because the Reapers are already present on the borders of Inner Council space, and they also refuse to help on the Crucible, or giving any decision on anything, until they have a meeting with all the leaders of the Council races. Later, while Shepard and Udina are having a private conversation on Udina's office, the Turian Councilor, Lal Spartacus, enters the room and informs Shepard that the Reapers have hit the Turian homeworld Paladin, and the Normandy is one of the only ships that can bring the Turian head of state, Primarch Fedorian, to the Citadel safely for their meeting, and in return he offers military support, if Shepard can please the Primarch, and he also reinstates Shepard as a Spectre. So without sitting around, Shepard goes to Paladin. Meanwhile, Cerberus is taking territory for themselves, parts of Tuchanka, Novaria, and the entirety of Omega, and many other places in the Attic and Traverse, and the Terminus systems. Upon Shepard arriving at Paladin's moon, Mene, Paladin's state is just as bad as Earth, if not worse. The Turians are being decimated by the Reapers even after having the most powerful military in the galaxy, and they're also facing a similar political situation like humanity, whereas yet Primarch Fedorian is also dead. But luckily, the succession system of the Turian hierarchy is very clear, and Adrian Victus is the new Primarch. And after fighting in deep enemy territory, Shepard rescues Victus, and tells him that she needs the Turian fleet to support Earth. But as for every alliance, there is a cost here too. Victus will only agree to help Earth if the Krogans come to help Paladin, which is a very tall order considering the Turians and the Solarians were mass murdering the Krogan for the past 1400 years with the Genophage. But alas, this is desperate times. Shepard must do this in order to save the galaxy. Later, Primarch Victus, Clan Chief Ferdinand Rex, the Solarian Dalatras, Lindran, and Shepard have a meeting on the Normandy to negotiate Krogan support for Paladin. And Rex's condition for helping Paladin is the cure to the Genophage, which the Dalatras disagrees with outright. But the Primarch, Rex, and Shepard come to an agreement on using Malin's data to cure the Genophage. So they go to the Solarian homeworld Surkash to retrieve the last fertile female to make a cure. After Shepard arrives at Surkash with Rex, Cerberus also shows up to kill the female Krog to jeopardize any chance of a truce between the Krogan and the Turians. But luckily, with the help of Dr. Mordred Solus and the bravery of Rex and Shepard, they're able to take the female Krogan safely out of Surkash. And on the Normandy, Mordred starts working on a cure, which they will release into Tuchanka through the shroud they used in the past to enhance the Genophage. And while Morden is working on the cure, Shepard goes out to help disable a Turian bomb on Tachanka, in which Victus' son dies, later saving the students of Grissom Academy from Cerberus' capture, and after that investigates Rachni activity on the Utuku planet on the Mima cluster. And the Rachni Queen agrees to help Shepard in the war against the Reapers by helping on the Crucible. Shepard also finds a living, breathing protean named Javik, but alas, he doesn't come to much use on defeating the Reapers because he's just a cynical, callous, and brave soldier. Before going to Tachanka to cure the genophage, the Solarian Dalek calls Shepard and tells her there's a way to sabotage the cure without letting the Krogan know. But if Shepard does this, Rex will find out later, so I won't cover this path. So after arriving at Tachanka's nobility gathering place, the situation gets heated, because many of the Krogan nobles get very angry that a Solarian is present among them, and they don't trust him on curing the genophage, and it almost gets bloody, but at the last moment the female Krogan Eve arrives and cools down the situation, and reminds them that there are bigger enemies to take care of right now. And there's a Reaper scout near the Shroud, and their initial plan of a Krogan and Turian attack failed. So, with Eve's decision, they use Kalros, the mother of all treasure moths, to defeat the Reaper, which works, and then the genophage is successfully cured, but unfortunately Morden had to die in the process. So Rex sends troops to Palaven, and the Krogan and Turian support for Earth and the Crucible is secured by Shepard. And the Krogan will surely try to rule the galaxy once again if the Reapers are defeated, but that's a problem for another time. And by this time, the Reapers have taken over 4/5 of Alliance space, southern half of the Inner Council space, northern part of Outer Council space, and some parts of the Attican Traverse and the Terminus systems. The Solarian Dalatras is obviously very upset with the genophage being cured, and she tells Shepard to meet her on the Citadel. And before going to the Citadel, Shepard makes a stop at the planet of Novaria and kicks out Cerberus from there. Upon arriving at the Citadel, Shepard discovers there's a coup attempt going down on the Citadel by Cerberus and Udina. Who knows what kind of deal that treacherous Udina made with Cerberus. And while Shepard goes in to try rescue the Solarian Counselor, Shepard meets the Elusive Man's new dog, Kai Lang. But with the help of Thane, Shepard rescues the Counselor, but Thane dies, and Shepard gives Kai Lang the chase to stop him from killing the other Counselors. And even though Shepard can catch or kill Kai Lang, she does manage to rescue the other Counselors. And as Ash trusts Shepard in this playthrough, she takes down the rogue Udina, believing Shepard's word, and the coup is prevented. And after treacherous Udina's death, Admiral Hackett becomes the sole most powerful human in the galaxy in terms of military and political influence, and no human counselor is later appointed to fill Udina's position. The news says that there has been a replacement for him, but I can confirm that there hasn't been a replacement for him because Diana Alders asked Shepard in a later interview why there hasn't been a replacement for Udina at the Citadel. So it is safe to say that Shepard at this point of the story holds similar political influence, if not more, than the Citadel Counselor, as she is representing humanity's interests as the Citadel Counselor in all but name. After securing the situation at the Citadel, Shepard meets Arya T'Loak, the former Queen of Omega, who has been usurped from her power by Cerberus, and she wants Shepard's help on retaking Omega, for which she'll give Shepard all her mercenaries in her war against the Reap. So Shepard agrees, and both of them successfully retake Omega from Cerberus. And Shepard also receives a kiss. Later, Admiral Hackett calls Shepard and informs her that the Quarians are willing to negotiate to fight the Reapers, and orders her to oversee the negotiations. And after arriving at Get Space, Shepard sees that the situation here is worse than anybody expected. The Quarians have started a war again to take back their planet from the Geth in the middle of this galactic war, and with the Reaper codes, the Geth have become more intelligent than ever, and this war is nothing more than a suicide march. So Commander Shepard decides to go inside the main Geth dreadnought to take out the signal of the Reaper code, allowing the Quarians to retreat, and also finding Legion in the process. But alas, Admiral Garrel of the Heavy Fleet attacks the dreadnought after the signal is disabled, while Shepard is still inside, almost killing her and jeopardizing their chance to retreat from the battlefield, which Shepard punches him for. And the situation turns worse when Legion informs the Quarians that the Reapers have a base on Rannoch to broadcast the Reaper signal to the Geth, so this whole operation just got more complicated. Legion offers his help on saving the Quarians. So Shepard goes to Rannoch with Legion and Tali to destroy the Reaper base there, to either help the Quarians escape or win the war. And after fighting many Geth inside the base and killing another Reaper by sheer force, the Geth ships get disabled, and Legion has played his own little game to make each Geth unit completely independent and way smarter than before. So Shepard has to make a choice here, if she will save the Geth or the Quarians, but Shepard thinks, to hell with this, I am going to end this madness right here and now. So she stops this 300-year-old war by yelling, and Legion also dies in the process of making the Geth independent. But the other Geth welcome back the Quarians to Rannoch with open arms and help them rebuild their society, and Commander Shepard's Quarian and Geth support for the Crucible and Earth is secured. And by this time, the Reapers have taken over almost the entirety of Alliance space, southern part of Inner Council space, western part of Outer Council space, 1/3 of the Terminus systems, and more parts of the Attican Traverse. Later, under Hackett's orders, Shepard goes on Dr. Bryson's lab on the Citadel to investigate something that might be powerful enough to kill a Reaper, but boo-hoo, his assistant is indoctrinated, and he kills Dr. Bryson. Later, following the leads in the lab, Shepard ends up in the planet named Esponia and finds the Leviathan. And the Leviathan here are the creators of the Reapers, but I'm not gonna explain that lore here. The Leviathan here want to make Shepard their slave because she seems very useful to them, but Shepard is able to convince them to join the war against the Reapers because their hiding spot has been compromised now, and they can't stay out of the war even if they want to. And just like always, Shepard wins again, with impossible odds. Then a few days later, the Asari counselor calls Shepard to the Citadel to discuss an important matter. She tells Shepard there's an artifact on Thessia which is known only by the highest ranking members of her government that can help find the finishing piece of the Crucible, the Catalyst. After hearing that, Shepard goes straight to Thessia, but it's too late. Reaper forces have already started their invasion, but still, with a mad charge and a lot of fighting, Shepard is able to reach the temple of the artifact, and our friend Javik here reveals that the artifact is actually a Prothean computer. Prothean tag the Asari have been hiding for their own personal gain, and to remain one of the most dominant races in the galaxy. But this is not the time to get mad over politics. So when Shepard is asking crucial questions to the Prothean AI, the Elusive Man's dog shows up again, and the Elusive Man gives another speech again about how Shepard and the whole Citadel government is making a big mistake by trying to destroy the Reapers. But at this point there is no way for the Elusive Man and Shepard to agree, so Shepard fights with the Elusive Man's dog, which he loses, and the dog takes the Prothean computer with him. Shepard is reasonably very disappointed at herself for failing to recover the artifact, and the Asari counselor is heartbroken after knowing the events that happened. So Shepard now decides to start a full-scale war against Cerberus in hopes of finding the catalyst. And her first target is a Cerberus base on Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a place marked as a safe haven for refugees, but actually Cerberus is doing tests on these helpless refugees and turning them into husks to study Reaper tech and find out a way to control the Reapers. And the head of operations here is Miranda's mad daddy, Henry Lawson. And the base is also being attacked by the Reapers at this point, so after killing a lot of Reapers, Shepard helps Miranda to free her sister from her father, and Miranda gives the tracker's coordinates to Shepard she put on the Elusive Man's dog, which later allows her to find the location of the main headquarters of Cerberus. But before going to assault the Cerberus HQ, Shepard goes on the Citadel, fights her evil clone, and has one last party with her team. After that's done, an Alliance fleet will assault the Cerberus HQ before their march on Earth, but Shepard does some romance first. Then the Alliance storms the Cerberus HQ, and after a lot of fighting and finally killing the Elusive Man's dog, Shepard finds the Prothean AI, and it reveals that nothing but the Citadel is the catalyst. And the Elusive Man, the fool and indoctrinated as he is, has told the Reapers that Shepard has found out about the catalyst. So the Reapers move the Citadel near Earth to defend it at all cost, and they have killed every single thing living in it, except the Keepers, of course. Afterwards, all the fleets start rallying next to Earth's mass relay to do the final battle against the Reapers. Anderson informs Shepard that there's a beam through which the Reapers transport things directly to the Citadel, and if they can get a few soldiers through that beam, they can go to the Citadel and release the Citadel arms so that the Crucible can be docked there and hopefully end the war. So according to plan, all the fleets attack the Reapers defending the Citadel, while some forces go to Earth to attempt clearing a path to reach the beam. And after fighting their way through, Commander Shepard successfully takes out the Reaper guarding the beam, and the remaining ground soldiers do their final push to the beam, while some Reapers fighting on space start making their way to Earth to defend the beam, which opens up a space for the fleets to get closer to the Citadel. While in the ground, only Shepard and Anderson make it to the beam, and most of the other soldiers die in the process. After reaching the Citadel, the Elusive Man tries to stop us from using the catalyst, proving that he is truly indoctrinated. So Shepard kills him, and later the Star Child explains to us that the Reapers are actually trying to help the Organics by genociding, which I won't explain here again because if you've made it this far into the video you already know about it. So he gives Shepard 3 choices to end the war. The Destroy ending, where Shepard dies, where the Reapers are destroyed. Control ending where Shepard dies but gets reborn as an AI who controls the Reapers, essentially becoming the most powerful person in the galaxy. And the synthesis ending where organic and synthetic life is merged and everybody lives happily ever after. And as for me, I'm going to bed. Please, subscribe.